What do you call a guy with a rubber toe? Rubber toe. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about some Doom of Mokhaiotl. I don't know how to pronounce this, and Jagex keeps adding new updates to the name where they're like unpronounceable. So that's fun. We have over here the Huaycatl, and this is the Mokhaiotl. So I haven't gotten anything yet, and I've done a little bit of delving, a little bit of fun. 5 tips, things before you start doing the boss that is going to drastically help you. And maybe you're already doing the boss and you learn something from this. So let me know if this helps, and put a comment below of your favorite flavor of shrimp. Or something, and then like the video, and then don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so first tip, my setup here, max range gear, all that good stuff. When you check your view items kept on death, it will tell you how much it costs at your gravestone. 500k. That is unsustainable if you are learning the boss. You're going to die a lot. There's no way around that. And here's some very good things that you can do to fix that. So I've got an inventory set up here. This is using the inventory layout, inventory setups plugin on Rinlight, so you can set everything up nicely. So I'm going to withdraw everything here. I've switched from Masori to Void, which I think is just better anyways, but this setup here is something that's pretty nice. Now when we look at our items kept on death for this, it says 213k. So what I've done is you switch your Ember Light for a Dark Light. You can get a Dark Light by talking to Surprising in Varrock. Let's go to Varrock on the map. It's this guy right here in this spot. Now to do that, you need to drop your Ember Light on the ground. If you already have an Ember Light, you got to drop it, and then you pay 1,000 coins to get Dark Light. There is no difference between the Dark Light and the Ember Light at this boss, so you might as well use the cheaper version. The same thing goes for the Skull Scepter. If you don't have a Skull Scepter and you want to use something other than the nice, what's it called here, Purging Staff, you can use a Slayer Staff. That should also work, as far as my research goes. I've been using the Skull Scepter. But yeah, you can just put on the auto cast with the Dark Demon Bane there. Works like a charm. Now, the other thing would be put a ornament kit on your Anguish. That will automatically keep it when you die. So that's cool too. Another thing, protect item. I can't use that on a high risk world, but that would actually save one more item here, and it would turn this from 213 down to 113k. So I'm on a high risk world just for the sake of filming this, but that brings you from a 500k loss to a 113k loss, which is very nice. The second tip that I will show you here. Let's go over to the Grand Exchange, and I'll show you. I'll learn you a thing or two. When you die, you got to pay, and it takes money out of Death's coffer. If we check our history, you can see goading potions, 100 of them. I bought 100 goading potions for 49k each, right? So if you look here, bought them for 100 of them for 49k each. You convert them into 1-dose potions, and then give them to Death, and it just magically turns into 7.7 mil. So I'm getting essentially a profit of 2.7 mil by doing this. So you get your 100 goading potions, go over to this man here, you do decant, turn them into 1-doses, and go to Death's coffer and hand those over. And that will save you a bunch of money on Death's coffer. Now those prices are subject to change, but the goading potions and the whatever they're called, prayer regeneration potions, for some reason the 1-doses have always had a higher street value than Grand Exchange value. And you can kind of, fiddle with them by converting them from 3 to 4 doses and stuff like that. So just look for items like that you can do that with. Oh, we got someone with a pet here. Isn't that cool? I want it. Okay, so the next one here. In the inventory, I showed you my setup. Once again, I'll pull everything out. What a lot of people have been doing is this will be their setup. Maybe they have a couple of hard food to combo eat with. Is they're going in like this, where they're bringing like a teleport out, and another one would be like the Thrall book. So you're losing 2 full brews while you're learning is not needed. You can wield the Thrall book, but you actually don't want to use Thralls, as far as we can tell, because every time you hit the boss, with either your crossbow, your T-bow, or a thrall, it spits a couple of acid pools. So the 1s and 2s that the thrall do is equal to the 70s and 80s of your T-bow in terms of acid splats. And if there's acid everywhere, you're just going to take more damage. When you take more damage, you're going to need to eat more food, which lowers your stats. It's just not worth it. So I've been running without thralls, and I actually had an 8-minute run from 1 to 8. So speed has not been a problem at all with that. So switch the thrall book for that. What I'm doing is I'm not even bringing a telly to a house or anything like that. And like you never really need to restore your health and stuff, because you either complete it, the raid and it resets your stats, or you die and you reset your stats. So I don't need like a telly to a house and go get my gear. What I'm using is just the pendant of 8s. And you've got the 2 teleports when you're at the boss, and then I've just been teleporting to Dark Frost. That's where we started the video. It's not too far to the bank, and also after I die, I need some sort of a walk of shame that will help me mentally reset. And then you can bank with the nice buffalo here. That's what I've been doing. That's to save some teleport slots. If you bring the Book of the Dead, you can use that as your teleport as well, which technically you could wield and save the spot. But going in to wave 1, having to drop a food, and then at the end of the wave pick it up and then go to the next level and then keep dropping and picking up as you go down each level is really annoying. So I would recommend against that. Here is a nice little item, the chugging barrel. If you don't have a chugging barrel, I highly recommend getting one. They're not too expensive. Let's see if it'll show me the price by doing that. 60 coins. They're more than that. So configure lets you set up your potions. This is what I run. A brew, a restore, which puts me to, when you think about it, that puts me to 115 health. Divine super combat, divine ranging. So I'm pre-potting those 2. But then I put an attack mix at the end. The attack mix, if we will wiki, that's not what I meant to do. If we look at the attack mix, you can look that up on the wiki, and you can see the attack mix does all these things, and it heals 3 hit points. It can be made by doing these different things. It's a lumpy potion. It heals you up. So when I drink my thing here, I actually only lose 1 health from my divines, which is pretty cool. And now I'm fully potted, defense, attack, strength, range, all that good stuff. It's already drank the attack mix, so at that point I just eat an angler and we're good to go. So I recommend just using those attack mixes. They're very cheap. They're not expensive at all on the good old wiki there. Okay, so when we're actually getting there, there's a couple of things that you can do to make it faster. So what we're going to do is we're going to teleport to Castori using your pendant of 8s. If you haven't set this up yet, come see this weird portal thing with 4 arms. Got 4 arms. Pro tip, put on your Scorching Bow and kill the imp. Because you could get the imp champion scroll if you don't have that yet. That's a cloggy. We're clogging while doing this. The biggest thing that you can do while running here is pull up Gem Crab on your other account. And that's just like, you're just constantly making them gains. Oh, I should repot my range. Pretty gaming. Okay, so actually though, with the lift platform, when I go down this platform, it's going to instantly teleport me to the end of that first stretch with the tonali teleporter, the toenail teleporter. So if you look at that, if you put your teleporter right on this tile, as I come down, it'll insta-tele me. I'll show you again. How do we get these teleporters? Funny you will ask that. They're right here in this shed. Grab them from the chest here. And you're good to go. So you could just put this like a couple tiles ahead. You would come down, then have to click, and then tell you to the end. But if you actually have it on the right tile, it'll insta-tele you. Which is humongous. It's massive. And then you still need to make this long run, which kind of annoying. The teleports don't bring you very close to this. And if you do bring one of those teleports, the waystone thingies that tell you right to the boss, you're losing an inventory slot. And there's no way around that. So I think those are going to go down quite a bit in value because people aren't using them. But once people get really, really good at the boss and that inventory slot just completely doesn't matter, then I could see people using them. Here's my last tip. The best one of them all. Look how many people are here. Look at this. I'm going to try something. And Tark's here. Can anyone please give me 2 brews before you leave? This is a pro tip right here. See all these people dying? Can I get 2 brews, please? Love you long time. Let's pretend. Let's just see if anyone does it for the video. I'm going to give this 10 to 15 seconds. People die, they respawn, they grab their stuff, they telly out. So begging for supplies makes it so I don't... No! I haven't needed to telly to the bank. It's been kind of funny. So let's... I'm just going to sit here. This video... Oh! TYVM. Never mind your iron. Pick them back up. Okay, so that's what I would do. If you die on like wave 1 or 2, yeah, okay, he gave me some brews. If you die on wave 1 or 2 or 3, something like that, and you've only used like a brew and a restore, I'll just stand here and be like, yo, can someone toss me a restore? And then I don't need to bank and then come back. Like, just go back in right away. Don't worry about, oh, I'm not fully potted or pre-potted. Like, it's fine. You're still gonna die on wave 7 anyways. Like, just go back in with the supplies you have, but... Honestly, just begging for supplies here's worked out well. You can also do this on a world with, like, multiple friends. And then as you die, you just, like, you're in a Discord call or something, you just tell your friends, like, yo, here you go. Grab a couple of my brews and I'll bank for us. Like, this guy just died. Look at that. Oh, shame. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can subscribe to others too, but this one in specific, the Flomple YouTube channel, very important. Highly recommend it. And enjoy at your Delve boss endeavors. I probably will not be making a guide on like how to do the boss. There's lots of good guides out there that explain all of the intricacies of that are going to be better than this one. This is just like 5 things to do before you get started. So love you a long time. Okay, bye.